check comes in real quick when you're a father. The last 2 days, both my sons got sick, and I had to stop what I was doing, go get them and take them to the doctor. And the reality check is that, being a dad puts everything else in perspective.
Yes.
So as I'm running here now, my son's like, I don't feel well. So I'm getting him water, I'm trying to get him right before we could go. He's actually one of my best football players also, so I'm trying to get him healthy. But I really want to thank everybody for coming out today. Like Chris said, from not only from Paterson, Passaic County to 35th District, but people from all over the state of New Jersey. And it is a really great situation because I have no hesitation or deliberation when it comes to Ambassador Phil Murphy.
Yeah.
I remember sitting with the chairman in one of our morning meetings in Hawthorne, and we were talking about some of the candidates. And he goes, well, what do you think? I said, I got a real good feeling about Phil Murphy, Chairman.
That's right.
And he goes, me too. And I said, oh, we're on the same page. So the things that we're passionate about, and particularly myself as an educator for 29 years in the city of Paterson, is education. And one of the main things, if we're going to revive the city of Paterson, we have to revive the Paterson Public Schools. Do that, we have to make sure our women are taken care of. So we have to make sure those cuts in women health care, that they're restored and that our women are healthy, not only at birth, but when we talk about our children and early childhood education, we make sure that there's lead remediation everywhere in the state of New Jersey.
Absolutely.
We know that Phil Murphy will do it. And I tell you that. We have some great builders in this room. One builder we have is Bob Garachi. Bob Garachi is somebody who has a vision. And sometimes people don't understand people with vision. They have to understand that vision starts from early childhood education, throughout high school. Then we have those gap years, and he's been able to address gap years. We need to make sure that we continue to build up that Great Falls area because we know that is an economic engine for the city of Paterson. We want to make sure that we continue to address public safety. And I know our council president, along with our PBA, FMBA, and our state troopers who are here supporting us.
That's right.
Our great sheriff from Passaic County, Sheriff Burton. We have to address these areas that are meaningful to us. So as I know I've wandered in this room, I have hopefully, if we're in the right direction, our next superintendent, Eileen Schaefer. Ambassador, this is a shameless plug, but she's one of the guys. She's one of the guys. And she can lead us in the right direction. She will not need a map to get around Paterson. All right? But at the end, we have one head coach. A lot of people call me coach, and I've won a couple of games here and there. But I have a coach that goes back to Little League football. His name is John Kerry from Inca. He not only leads Passaic County, but he leads the state of New Jersey, and he is a renowned Democratic leader in the United States. The head coach of tonight, John Kerry.
Hello, everybody. Man, am I excited. You guys and ladies have done a fantastic job.
Yes, they did.
And I just want you to see a little bit. We have built something special together here in Passaic County. And if you want me, we will continue to do that in the state of New Jersey. So ladies and gentlemen, we're here for a special reason. This is serious business. You have heard from the Assemblyman some of the many problems that we're dealing with. You know, as I pick up the paper, just yesterday I've been a little under the weather, and see that New Jersey has the highest debt in the United States of America of all 50 states. That's what this man have left us. You know, and that's something, and that's the mess that he's going to have to clean up. Trust me, he has the ability to do it. It's going to take a little time. And of course, that's one reason why we have 11 downgrades. But we're here not only that you've dug deep, and that's important. His commercials, his field operation, the staff costs a lot of money. And on behalf of myself, for these guys, and Shabanda, this committee, I thank you guys. You've really outdone yourself. So, the coach and I and many, many others have decided. I decided, I believe it was on October 7th or 6th of last year, that he's the man that I felt that would lead the state of New Jersey. I got some of my chairman colleagues, about 14 of them when it was all done, for starters, to follow me, and we made an endorsement that we were going to stand behind this man to the very end. But here in Passaic County, we have a team that he needs on every level to be there with. We're going to be in a dogfight come about October 25th to Election Day. And we here in Passaic County can start leading the charge to bring it out. Now I know you hear enough from me, but I am just so proud and honored. And I've supported a lot of governors, presidential candidates, United States senators, and so many others. But I have never been more proud, because I've gotten to know this man now for some 3.5 years. We spent many times together. He has a kind heart. He has a giving heart. But he has the ability, and mainly because he grew up like you and I. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in your mouth. How many of you are old enough to remember that in a debate with Governor Ann Richards? Let me tell you, but he has earned his silver spoon, but he's shared it. And now we have the opportunity, because he owed no lobbyist anything, he owed no elected official anything, but to support him in his vote. The only people that he owes and will work for is you. So I want to introduce to you the man that I know will have your back.
But you know what it's also about? It's about priorities. And I'll give you one example. They've backed the truck up. And I got, this is not class warfare, but this is, what are your priorities, right? They've backed the truck up, and they've given huge tax credits to large corporations to come here or to stay here. In some communities, in some cases moving from one community to another in the state. Over $8 billion in tax credits. Where'd they get the money? They underfunded public education by $9 billion. $9 billion. So listen, while I want companies here employing us, and by the way, they've completely ignored small businesses. And Patterson is a community now of small businesses. Right. Frankly, most of Passaic County is a community. Yeah. Small businesses employ a lot more than big businesses, by the way. So I got nothing against big businesses. But are you going to take it out on our kids? Are you going to turn your back on public education and funding and giving educators the weapons they need to teach our kids and make sure every kid in the state, no matter what their circumstance, gets an outstanding public education? We're going to turn that back on its head. We will fund public education fully. We will. We'll invest in infrastructure. We'll take care of small businesses with as much care and feeding as they have with big businesses. And we will put at every step the middle class and urban communities at the head of the class. I frankly, Chris and I have talked about it, the chairman and I, many of you and I have talked about it. I'm sick of these takeovers. Okay, I've had it. In every single case, they're communities of color, which is particularly galling. And in no cases have they worked. And so we're going to work together and figure out how we can find the money to do right, as you said, Chris, earlier, and Benji as well, do right by public education in this great, iconic community. And by the way, Patterson, and it's not just Patterson here tonight, but I want to pick on Patterson. It's on a short list of communities where you could say with great conviction, as it goes, so goes the state of New Jersey. That's right. You're going to hear me again downstairs. I'll leave you hanging with a little bit more. Thank you all so much for your support. We've got lots of other things to do. First of all, thank you. It means more than you know that you come out tonight in this show of support, it means more than you know. And in so many respects, as Patterson goes, as Passaic County goes, so goes this state. Not just as a governing matter, but as a political matter. We have 47 days to go, and we need all hands on deck. We can't take anything for granted.
Right.
My biggest fear is we put our feet up and we say, you know what, we got this baby won. We don't. 40% of the electorate have not made their mind up. 40%. If they break the wrong way, we could lose this thing. And you know what? No one person can fix this state. Governor Christie and Lieutenant Governor Guadagno are going to leave it in a mess for us to figure this out. So not only do we need to win, and Sheila Oliver, let's hear for Sheila Oliver. Not only does Sheila and I have to win, but we can get a lot of folks up here behind me over the goal line as well. Right? So that's the entire General Assembly. That's the entire state Senate. That's 3 freeholders in this county. TJ, you heard from Bruce James, Hassan Akhtar. You got a lot of local races. We're going to need all hands on deck fixing a state that's broken and busted. So we need, for all the above reasons, we need you to give it everything you've got over the next 47 days, and that means more than you know. I'm eternally grateful. Now listen, if you walk out of here and somebody stops you, they say, Ray, what does Phil Murphy stand for? What does his campaign stand for? What's he going to be like if he gets elected? This is your answer. He stands for a stronger and fairer economy for every New Jersey family, period. And we lead in so many respects. As the big urban communities go, so goes the state of New Jersey. And right near at the top of that list is Patterson, let there be no doubt. As the middle class goes, so goes the state of New Jersey. And Christie and Guadagno have made choices. They've been cold-blooded in their choices. They chose to throw a lot of big tax incentives to large corporations. Where did they find the money? They underfunded public education by $9 billion. They turned their back on the middle class. They turned their back on organized labor. They canceled or didn't fund infrastructure projects. They didn't care about small businesses. They fell in love with big businesses. We have to undo all of that mess. And I will tell you something, with the right leadership and the right priorities, we will have a stronger and fairer economy that works for every New Jersey family. And if that weren't enough, and by the way, a strong economy means you're growing it, right? A fair economy means you stand for things like minimum wage at $15 an hour, which we'll have, earned sick leave for all, not just for some, equal pay for equal work, comprehensive criminal justice reform, making college more affordable again, right? All of the above. I also want to be the governor of the state, and with your help, that we used to be. A state that was respected and trusted, that did big things and was known for smart government, that was inclusive in its leadership, that didn't yell at each other and say, shut up and sit down when we disagreed, but we found common ground. A state that was responsible and proudly progressive. And that means we'll fund Planned Parenthood, we'll sign the sensible gun safety laws, we'll accept the reality of climate change and do something about it. And lastly, I want to be the governor of a state, and this is a word I love, that's compelling. So for a young kid trying to figure out where to go to college, or when they get out of college, where to work, or a young couple trying to figure out where to raise their families, or a small business trying to figure out where to put their roots down, or a senior trying to figure out, do I stay or do I go? That once again, people say, you got to look at New Jersey. There's too much going on there. They've got momentum. Something's happening. You'll make a mistake to ignore New Jersey. So I want a stronger,